as is our custom before davening this morning, everybody was talking, and they were saying for Pesach they're buying Langer water. And it's not that strange. There's a very famous story. I've actually told you the story before. That's why I didn't record it right away. That is, after the Shabbos HaGadol drasha, the rabbi would give a very large drasha before Pesach, talking about the laws of Pesach. So people came over to his house, and they asked, could we have some of your water? Why? He said, well, because we're baking matzos, and you told us to get this water here. He said, I told you to get the water from my house? He said, yes, when you make matzahs for Pesach, the halacha, the minhag, the custom is to have mayim shalanu. What does mayim shalanu mean? The people said it means, shalanu means our water. So they came to the rabbi to get his water. They would come for Langer water. He said, no, you misunderstood. Mayim shalanu, the word shalanu doesn't mean our water, but it comes from the word which is lalun, lamed nun hey, that is nighttime, to stay at night. So for example, the word for staying overnight is called linas yom. There were places where there was a home for people who would travel and need a place to stay, and it was called linas hatzedek, for example. And the word in modern Hebrew for a hotel is a malon, all coming from this word, malon. So when they said they wanted mayim shalanu, true, they misunderstood. They thought they needed the water from the rabbi's house, but they needed water that had stayed overnight. And what is that halacha? That is that instead of taking water which is too cold directly from the stream, or that had heated up or anything like that, but rather the water that is used is water that's at room temperature, and it is drawn the night before, bein hashmashos, right between the 2 days, stays overnight, and that's the water that is used for it. So it can be Schwartz's water, it can be Meyerdorf's water, as long as it is mayim shalanu, water which stayed overnight. It's a very interesting halacha. There are a lot of details about it. What happens if you're first baking matzahs on a Sunday morning? So when do you draw the water? If I told you it's between twilight time, you can't do it on, let's say, Shabbos time. You would have to do it on Friday. But Friday at that time also was an issue. When does Shabbos start? Very interesting and intricate halachos about, yes, even the water that goes into the matzah for Pesach. A good day to all.